is up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, where today we're looking at the brand new released Captain Sim 777 from Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I'll be completely honest. I regularly kind of check up on some of this stuff, PMDG, Aerosoft, um, and Captain Sim, to kind of see if there's any mention of releases, and there was nothing. I found nothing about this, and then I saw an article yesterday mentioning this got released. I scooped it up, and unfortunately, I had to take care of stuff yesterday, so we're checking it out today. I'm gonna be completely honest with this. It's a $30 US purchase from Captain Sim, and so it's not PMDG level. I'm just gonna start with that now. And you have one variant. You have the GE90s, which covers a lot of the airlines. The other two options are the Rolls-Royces and the Pratt & Whitneys, but they are not offered by Captain Sim. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. Now, it only starts in cold and dark, at least from what I can tell. So I've gone ahead and turned the APU on and battery and stuff on. So let's first do this. Let's get this on. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's not the prettiest. I'm not gonna lie. The cockpit looks probably about the same as what it looked like back in FSX. I imagine it's still the same. Everything just ported over. So yeah, I'm gonna turn I have turned these off. I can't. Those green lights are really annoying. See, there we go. That's display. I don't know where those are. I'm just gonna have to live with that. So I really don't know the full start procedure for the 777, so I'm not gonna go into that yet, simply because it's not important. So looking around the cockpit, the two things that really annoy me off the bat is the fact that you can't seem to raise this armrest, so it blocks off some of the buttons over here. Not a lot, but it's a mild annoyance. You know, in terms of the cockpit, I want to be able to easily view things. And the other thing are the lights. They don't look good. So a big thing I noticed first off is if we go over here, we only have you can't use both of the FMCs, so you're stuck to using the left one. And this, I'm pretty sure, is the 747-8 FMC that came with base flight sim. So that's kind of disappointing. I don't know in terms of performance and stuff what we're going to be able to see. As you can see, we do have the same functionality, which for me, that's a really disappointing thing. So let's try entering a route. So I threw us in Chicago. So let's throw KORD to KMKE. That should be Milwaukee. We're not actually going to fly this, but let's just see. So everything seems to be working fine. Go to arrival. I mean, yeah, it looks to be exactly what the 47 had. Yeah, you know, this early on, you kind of have to take what you can get, and like I said, $30, not that bad of a price for this. There is the electronic flight bag modeled in, doesn't work. Really disappointed with that. I'd rather them just. I don't even actually think that's a model. I think that is actually just part of the texture. So I kind of wish they'd just remove it like PMDG had and had like a clipboard right there. In terms of functionality, I did kind of check some of the buttons. So window heat works. Hydraulics you can't mess with. Most buttons that you need to touch work, but there's still a lot that don't do anything, and in this day and age, it's kind of disappointing to see that. I would hope that in 2021, we could get full cockpits that worked. Honestly, comparing it to the starter aircraft, it's about the same in terms of functionality as the 8747. Although lights do work, and except the storm lights, which is something I think the 87 doesn't have either. So what I'm beginning to think is this was probably a port and probably took a lot of the base coding functionality from the 8747. Over here, so a big thing is you are able to change the frequencies, so VATSIM is possible. And you can change the squawk codes. So the two big things you need to have to operate this in VATSIM is covered. So that is a good thing. We don't have the discharge or the I think that's the stabilizer. So you're kind of limited with having to roleplay emergencies, and the trim. You can't drag the trim. Speed brake does work. Engine controls do work. Flaps you can do. Besides that, overall, it's pretty good in terms of what you're getting. Like I said, $30. You're pretty much getting what you pay for. That's I don't mean that in a negative way, just more of a realistic way. Don't expect PMTG quality, but for what it has, it does good. So I'm gonna cut it, and I'll meet you on the runway. We'll just do a quick little flight, see how it goes. And what is up, everybody? So you're probably sitting here thinking, why is it so quiet? Well, there's a bug currently where there's no sound. Apparently this draws from the 747-8 sound file. So there's some weird thing they're telling us. Their phrasing made no sense where they said email them. So I'm just gonna kind of hold off. Assume this will probably be fixed in the next day or two. With any launch of any product, there's always some bugs. So benefit of the doubt, give them a chance. So let's go ahead and go in here. Now, one thing I'd like to do first off is kind of just lower the fuel and drop the payload down. Yeah, let's do that. We have a nice low, yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and parking brake is off, and we're just gonna ramp it up to full power. Unfortunately, I don't get to hear the engines, but yeah. The one good thing I've noticed so far is in terms of frames, it does have decent frames. I'm not really getting hit on the frames. So let's see, 123, starting to pull up. So we're gonna go ahead and get to rotate, and let's get our gear up. Let's go to our external shot for a second. She does look beautiful. I mean, it is a very nice model, although we can see kind of some rough edges. Gonna nose her down a little bit. Don't want to end up stalling her. So we do have a warning. I don't know what I guess it was because we had engines still maxed out. In terms of handling, pretty smooth. I really don't know. It feels like default aircraft in terms of how it flies. It kind of reminds me of the handling of. It really feels like if you mix the 47-8 and the 747-8 and the 87-10. So let's go ahead and pull up flaps. So another little bug down there. The seems to be something with the flaps indicator. So if we idle it, how she fly? Yeah, not bad. So overall, it's not a bad aircraft. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm very mixed on it. and there we go. So now we lost altitude. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or something's messed up. I'm gonna have to search the forums, but I installed it. It comes with a installer. You have to select where you installed it. It's installed in the right place. So if something's up, it could be me. But yeah. So it does come with, I think, 7 liveries, and we'll go check them out, and then I'll tell you how I feel. So I'll catch you back in 1 second. Okay, so here we have all the different liveries I've downloaded. Now, if you want these for yourself, 100% free, you just have to load up the ACE, which is their configuration device for the mod, and you'll just select and you'll download. So it's super simple, don't have to go to websites or anything. So you have Air France, you have British Airways, Japan Airlines, KLM, Singapore, and United. So it pretty much covers kind of the globe. So no matter where you are, you should have an airline at least somewhat near you, unless you're kind of South America or Africa. You're kind of gonna miss out, unfortunately, but we'll be seeing more to come. I guarantee it. Now, I will say I expect the rollout to be pretty slow, mainly because the only way to get your hands on the paint kit is by going to their forums and direct messaging them, and you have to agree to some pretty strict terms, which is kind of a first. You have to agree to what was it? You pretty much can't distribute them anywhere outside of the ACE, so it's a little weird, to be honest. That's kind of different. So I'd be surprised if we see a huge rollout initially. So my overall thoughts about this. Keeping in mind that's a $30 add-on, it's about a 5 out of 10 for me currently, and here's why. What it has. Let's start with what it has going for it. Good. It has a good, decent exterior model. Good price range, $30. You're definitely getting what you pay for, but there's not a lot of options out right now. Which part of me guesses why they kind of released this in the state it is. There's no other wide bodies out right now besides what comes with Flight Sim. The other couple of good things is it's easy to install. However, I'm going to touch up on that later in a second. It also comes with a decent chunk of liveries. 7 liveries isn't a lot, but it's good. It gets you going and allows you to travel to pretty much anywhere in the world on a airline that realistically flies to the general area. And finally, like I said, it's the only one out there. So that's kind of, in terms of choices, you don't have many, and I don't think we're going to see anything else for a while. Some of the cons. The first off is, and I will say, they've been pretty transparent about this, all the systems are the 47. And that's causing a lot of issues, which I'm thinking will get kind of worked out in the next week or so once they kind of start getting reports. Another con is just a lack of variety. You have the 777-200ER that has the G190s. That's, I think, G190, I think is the engine. The GE engine, whatever that one is. Sorry, G90, there it goes. So, like I said, $30, you're getting one option. It's not that great of a virtual cockpit. Still a lot of buttons don't work, and I feel like it's the same model that they released in their Flight Sim, or FSX, back in like 2017. So there's that, as well as I installed it, as far as I know correctly, and I'm having a lot of issues. No sounds, maps not working, and a couple other displays aren't working. Sorry about that, just had to cough. So, in terms of ease of use. If you can, if yours installs right, you're good to go. But um, I'm gonna have to go dig through forums and try and figure out what's wrong, which is kind of annoying. In this day and age, to a point, I do expect to be able to install something and have it working. Um, kind of going back to the 47 part, it uses the same sound files from the 747.8, so it's very disappointing how much you're just pretty much paying for an exterior model and in a cockpit. Um, and personally, another thing that is a con for me is how they're doing their paint kit. I understand it is their model and they can do what they want. But it kind of, I don't like how it's very much limiting people. If Captain Sim were to release a lot of liveries from in-house creation, I don't think it'd be as big of an issue for me. But we got 7 liveries on launch, which isn't bad, but I'm afraid their way of doing it's going to affect the amount we see, and I love having a lot of liveries. I want to have choices. Specifically, if we look at United, their 777s have at least 3 different liveries. They have the new one, the new Evolution Blue, I think is what it's called. They have the Star Alliance livery, which is a kind of version of this, and they have this livery. And I would love to see the previous 2 United Battleship Gray and Rising Blue livery. So with United alone, there's possibly 5 to 6 different liveries if you start counting in the Star Alliance liveries throughout the years too. So there you go. You have same with KLM. I know some people would like KLM Asia, the updated JL, and some of the previous JL liveries. So as long as we see a push out of new liveries, I think that'd be good. So overall, my final opinion is, if you're wanting a 777 to fly in terms of what you're looking at, this is good. But don't come into it expecting PMDG level quality. Don't expect anything more than a $30 product yet. I definitely am holding out hope. Captain Sim was one of my first add-ons for FSX back in the day, and it served me well. So I'm hoping, what I'm really praying, is that we're kind of getting a rush release, and over the next month or 2, we're really going to see it refined. I still have a lot of hope for this because it has a lot of potential if they start doing their bringing in their own systems. But until next time, y'all have a good one, and thank you.